Hi, welcome to Koastermania. I'm Micah, and today I'm going to be ranking our favorite theme parks. I should start off by mentioning the fact that compared to other content creators, we haven't been to as many theme parks. Part of the reason for this is how we experience parks. More on that later. Let's go ahead and see how the parks we visited stack up to each other. In order to get the full experience of each place we visit, as well as in order to ensure that we can get all the photos and videos of every park we go to, we usually spend at least 3 days at every major theme park. At the end of all this, we get plenty of time to get the full experience of each park we go to and have enough footage to contribute to the channel, as well as enough photos to ensure that we have something good. The other benefit to this, in my opinion, is the fact that we get a chance to experience just about everything each park has to offer. So let's go ahead and rank them. Number 10, Oaks Amusement Park. This park is among one of the oldest continually operating amusement parks in the US. The best way I can describe this place is like a seasonally operating county fair. It has a couple of small coasters and a larger selection of flat rides. There's mini golf, roller skating, and lots of concrete. The Multnomah County Fair is actually held here on an annual basis too, adding to my previous statement. The one major coaster it has, Adrenaline Peak, is a pretty good Gerstlauer Eurofighter, but is very short. There's no real theming at this park, and even the merch is kinda hit or miss. Let's move on. Number 9, Enchanted Forest. If you're a Pacific Northwesterner like me, you'll know that this is one of the very few places you have on this side of the country. The best way I can describe this place is if you tried to build Disneyland on a $10,000 budget. It's small, it's charming, and it has a lot of character. I don't want to sound way too negative about this place though, since it does have a charming history, and we would be lesser without it. It almost got shut down after it sustained some damage during a snowstorm in 2021. This park survived off the generosity of the locals, but in a way, I hope this park can get some much needed attention from elsewhere. Number 8, Silverwood. I don't want to make it seem like this place compares to the previous two, but the rest of the parks on this list are just too good. I would consider Silverwood a park that is right in the middle in terms of quality. It is nicer than your average Six Flags park after all. The rides here aren't the greatest in the world, but they're at least good. Silverwood has the one standout attraction in Stunt Pilot and a good runner-up with Aftershock. Tremors and Timber Terror are temperamental wooden coasters that on a good day provide for great rides and on a less than ideal day provide slow, forgettable rides. This place has some history and charm, but could, in my opinion, use 1 or 2 more major coasters to make this a destination park. Number 7, Carowinds. This is a park held up entirely by its elite. I hate to say it, but beyond Fury and Copperhead, the rest of this park just doesn't hold up to some of the rest of the parks on this list. Fury is one of the best rides Katie and I have ridden together, and it's impossible to deny that, but I feel the rest of the park needs TLC. It's great to see that the area near Afterburn is getting overhauled, so it will be interesting to see what happens to the rest of the park. The other problem this park suffers from is the divide in quality. The best coasters at this park are extremely good, but the rest of the rides don't even come close to cracking our top 50. Maybe something can be done about the rides like Hurler or Ricochet. Number 6, Disneyland. This is probably going to anger some people. The Disney parks have probably some of the best theming out of any theme park chain in the entire world. The coasters at these parks definitely have a lot to offer, and the overall experience is pretty great at these parks. There is one major issue that pushes this park so far down this list: the price. For over $500, you and one other person would get the privilege at spending 1 day at Disneyland and 1 day at California's Adventure. Or you and one other person could spend $500 and both have the ability to go to every park in the Cedar Fair chain with free parking, discounts on food and souvenirs, and no blackout dates. While it may not be unaffordable to some, the cost benefit of this just doesn't compare. With Bob Iger returning as the CEO of Disney for a short period of time, it will be interesting to see what happens to the pricing of these passes, but as of right now, it's hard to justify spending so much money at these parks. Number 5, Six Flags Magic Mountain. If you want to go to the park with the most coasters in any single amusement park in the world, this is the place to go. Many of the coasters here are huge and provide for a really well-rounded lineup. This park could use some extra TLC in the form of cleanup and overall theming of the park, but it isn't the worst. The price of entry of these parks has been going up, but is still somewhat forgiving compared to other chains. This park also has 2 elite coasters in X2 and Twisted Colossus. It is hard for many parks out there to beat the 1-2 punch of these two. The rest of the supporting lineup is mixed with some great coasters, some okay coasters, and then some kinda bad coasters. The good thing is though that it has something for everyone. Number 4, Cedar Point. As I've said before, Cedar Point has arguably one of the best coaster collections in the world. The theming here is not too bad, not great, but the overall experience is what makes this park. It feels massive, and it is massive. With the incoming additions to the park, it should be improved in the area of food options. It'll be interesting to see this park continue to develop as the years go on. Number 3, Knott's Berry Farm. You've heard me say it before, and I'm gonna say it again. This park is packed with history. The rides here are great, the theming is top-notch, the overall experience is great. There isn't much I could say that would improve this park other than the operations. Some of the rides here are somewhat okay, but then there are many others that are great. If only Knott's wasn't completely landlocked, so then we might be able to actually get that giga after all. Where this park lacks in operations is strong in just about everywhere else. The food here is varied and some of the best at any theme park we've been to. The staff is friendly and clearly well taken care of, and the overall experience is well thought out and provides entertainment for individuals of all ages. Check out our review on this park to get our full thoughts. Number 2, Dollywood. This is a park that was surprising for Katie and I. The best way I can describe it is like Disney, but country. The theming here is great, and the park packs in tons of charm. It doesn't have the biggest, baddest, or world's best coaster collection, but what it does have is great. I wouldn't necessarily say that this park has a single bad ride. It has some that are stronger than others, but none of them are bad. Oh, and we can't forget the American treasure that is Dolly Parton. Seriously, I think she should win the award for Best Human Being this year, and maybe every year. This park also has some of the largest collection of shows in a single theme park. If you like entertainment, there's plenty of it here. I'm excited to see what Big Bear Mountain has to offer next year, and can't wait to see what this park has going for it in the future. Number 1, Kings Island. I said it in the review and everywhere else. Kings Island is our favorite park. I will admit, this is probably somewhat biased because of the memories we had here, but the whole experience comes together to provide something great. The coasters here are great, the staff are well taken care of, there's plenty of food options. There really isn't much negative that I can say about this park. With the Beast, Mystic Timbers, Orion, Banshee, Diamondback, the coaster collection here has some of the best on offer. This park just recently hit its 50th anniversary and put on an awesome celebration of their past. Just like them, I'm excited to see what the next 50 years has on offer. Katie and I have plans to visit many more parks as time goes on. In fact, as this video is posting, we'll be finishing up our visit to Busch Gardens Tampa. This summer we have big plans and can't wait to share our thoughts on everywhere we go. It's hard to compare a lot of these parks to each other since many of them have so many strong suits. Feel free to go down in the comments below and tell me what your top 10 favorite parks are. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to leave a like and comment below and consider subscribing. I intend on uploading more content as time goes on and as Katie and I experience more parks and coasters. You can also find daily uploads on our Instagram page at Koastermania. Soon we'll be opening an Etsy page where you'll be able to buy prints and more of some of your favorite coaster photography of ours. Thanks for watching the video, and ride on, Coaster Maniacs!